Okay, we're back. My internet, you've been following me for months now, you'll know that my internet here at the shop sometimes just quits working. So part 2.
Grandma, why I can't paint?
Go shopping, baby.
No. I don't paint.
Okay, hopefully we're all coming back here.
When are you gonna go home?
Come over here. I want you to be good. If you want to go swimming in a little bit, okay? Grandma's got to finish working, all right? All right.
It's taking forever.
Okay, I'm back, sorry.
It's so low. It's low.
Okay. I don't know, my phone's acting weird, my internet's acting weird. Okay, so like I was saying, we are just painting with these sponges, okay? We are on take 2. All right, so that's done. Let's get these ones done. And these dry quickly with the sponge because you're not really putting a whole lot of paint on. Is everybody back? Please say hello. Let me know you're here. I know this is a long video, but we're gonna get this done. If you're here, let me know you're here. Sorry, the internet just decided to just stop working. Hello. Thank goodness my granddaughter said, Grandma, the internet. She's on her iPad. Loretta just kept on talking. Everybody here? Okay. Oh, good. Okay. If you're here, say hello. It looks like people are starting to jump back on. Let me know you're here. I'm going to get these little pieces all painted up, all finished. Make sure there's no gaps or missed spots here. Okay, are we all here? All right, let's dry this real quick. Did I lose my eye? Okay. I'm really struggling with this little dot here. I keep wanting to lose it. Forgot I was going to be at 10, yeah. Well, I have a part 1. We just skipped out and my internet just decided to completely shut down. So it literally shut my my first video down. So this is part 2 of the series. I didn't know it was going to be a whole part 1, part 2. Hopefully we don't have part 3. All right. So here we are, we've got the pieces out. I'm gonna just kind of empty those so I can see them. They're all dried, and like I said, these dry super quick because we're just painting them with a sponge. And I'm gonna wash my hands. Just so I don't get it all over my board. Okay. Yeah, I made today a little bit earlier just because this is kind of gonna, I was doing this one from start to finish for you guys. Okay. So I knew this was probably gonna be about 2 hours. I'm gonna bring my board back. So here's the board that we've started, okay, that we worked with. We already did the beginning. All right. And here are my cutouts, which they are done. So now we're just gonna assemble it, all right? And this is the part that really saves a lot of work, is the fact that I put that 3M tape on the back before I cut it out, because now we're just gonna peel this away and we're just gonna press this on. All right, let me see if I can get, is it not working still?
Mm-mm.
Let me try to get my granddaughter's iPad working. All right, it's connected. Go ahead, go try it.
Okay.
All right, and then now all we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out where we want this. And then I just usually set it up. I'm gonna distress this a little bit before we go any further, because I did wanna get this distressed a little. All I'm gonna do is use a light sandpaper, which looks like, I do about a 150 grit. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna lightly sand this. Just gonna sand away some of these edges. That's it. Just gonna wipe off the dirt. Lots of dirt, lots of dust. I'm actually gonna take a baby wipe and wipe up here. I'm gonna get this off, clean it up. All right. I'm just gonna dry it. So I just distressed it a little bit, that's all. Just, and usually when you distress, you usually do around the edges a little. Okay, before I ever add my bow or any greenery up here, I always do my wording, and that way I know where my wording is, and then I'm not messing like.
Not working.
Okay, honey. I don't know what's wrong with the internet. They're working outside, so they might be messing it up. Try it again. It'll keep coming on and off. They're outside working. They've been doing a lot of work in my neighborhood here, so I just kind of get this centered to where I want it before I do any other things. So let's move this down a little, because I want my hello to kind of be all in the white, just so that it can be seen very well. And that's probably about right. So now that I know that that's where it's at, I'm going to peel this 3M backing off. And believe me, if you use the Glowforge, and if you've ever done any cutting, whoever came up with this was genius. All right, because doing all that glue is a nightmare. Because if you put too much glue on, which I love Gorilla Glue, so when I would put too much glue on, it would squeeze out the edges. Then I was in there fighting with trying to clean up the edges so it didn't seep out around the ends, and because you could see that stuff when it comes out. But this 3M is so nice, especially when it comes off at one time. The hardest part is probably just peeling it away. Try hit the button again to retry it.
slow.
Yeah, I know, honey. But this stuff is so sticky.
I don't see any work construction.
They're working down the road, sweetheart. That's all.
Oh, they're not working on your roof?
No, not on the roof. They're just working on the road, and it causes it to do that. So how many of you that are watching actually have a Glowforge? Or any kind of like laser cutter? Does anybody here have one? I know a few people have recently added, you know, purchased them. Not me. Okay, yeah. This has probably been one of my, I say it with everything I buy, but this is one of my favorite items. I use my Glowforge almost daily. It has been a very good purchase for me. I do so much with it because it can do so much. You can engrave, you can cut. I do a lot of cutting.
Remember, whose is this?
That's Uncle Mike's, honey.
Why did he leave it here?
It was in his stuff. Okay. Really, really want one. Ugh, let me tell you, I love mine. Love, love, love it. It has opened up a whole new avenue of crafting. All right, so now that I got all of that peeled off, it's ready to go. And when you're doing this, make sure you don't completely push it down until you are ready to push it down, because once it adheres, it is stuck. And I mean, like, I've made mistakes where I've had to pull it off and it does not come off easy at all. Sometimes even chips away and you have to sand your board down. Okay, so now we're just going to do the hello.
Okay, first thing gotta get up here. Can't get up there.
I thought the heat tape on your nose until I realized the glasses had no frame. Oh, goodness.
Here, let me
Yes, my glasses have no frame. And I do have a laser level if you feel that that's what you need to do. I sometimes will sit my laser level up and I will have a laser beam going across. If I'm doing a bunch of these kind of lettering where they're individual and they're not together, I love cursive writing because, you know, the whole thing is already adhered together. So usually whenever I do, another tip is whenever you do a big word, like a long word, do it in cursive. Because it's so much easier than having to go across. Oh, honey, it's working again. Your iPad's working again. So it's a lot easier to have that big letter than filling all those little letters in. I missed you applying the 3M tape to the whole board before you cut. Yes, I do the whole board with 3M tape before I cut, before it even goes into the laser. I put that across the back. And then it just cuts it out, and each letter will have, or whatever design, each design that you cut out will have it already applied to it. And then you just gotta peel it off. And it is sticky. Sticky, sticky.
It's not working again, Mom.
All right, honey. They've been working. We have a 3-year project here in front of my shop that the city's been doing. They've been changing like the gas lines, the water lines, and rerouting, because I live on a major, I work, my shop's on a major road. It's Route 119. And they have been, it's a 3-year project, and it's been crazy. It messes with my internet all the time. Okay, so here we are. Look, I know it's backwards to you, but the letters are done. And believe me, if you've ever had to glue letters, this is 1,000 times better having that on there. So all I do is I make sure it's pressed down really well, okay? Let me clean this area up because we are gonna go and we're gonna move on to the very last step, and that's just making a bow and putting your greenery on. Yep.
Then home.
Yep, make sure you get everything cleaned up. Do you have everything?
To see Papa.
Yep. All right, so
Yay, Papa.
how I do my greenery is I buy floral picks, and this is just boxwood. This actually came from Michael's, and it is from the Ashland collection, and these are just boxwood picks, and I love them. And what I do is,
I'm done.
all right, honey, go on out there and go sit with that. Grandma's almost done, okay?
Okay.
We got a little girl that wants to go swimming today, Grandma's pool. So we are going to go home for lunch, and we're going to go swimming. So Grandma's got to swim, because if the grandkids got to swim, Grandma's got to get in the pool with them. All right, so all I do is I take these, and they come like, you know, they're really fluffy, they're really bulked together. I kind of flatten them out a little, spread them out a little, and then, yeah, I know you can see that, and I find out which way is that, which way is up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little bit of this end off, okay? Because we don't need that much. So I just snip that down a little with my wire cutters.
Or use scissors.
My scissors. Scissors really don't do them. So I'm just going to take these, and I am going to, like I said, I'm going to spread it out a little, fan these out. Get them to be a little bit more flat. And I'm going to figure out up here about where I want it. Okay. And the way I adhere these are, I use a staple gun. And this is a cheap, I think I actually got this at Walmart like last year or the year before. And these, it's not the light, it is light duty. This is just a light duty staple gun. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put these up here. I'm going to center them. I'm going to staple them down. All right, so I get in here and I just staple through here to adhere it and to make sure that it stays. So I'll staple it in several spots. If you're selling this to a client, you really don't want this to move, especially when you're shipping, okay?
Oh,
and shipping can be a nightmare with things moving around. So I'm going to do a bow right in the center of this.
That's so cute.
Thank you, honey. And I'm just going to add some of this. This is also from Michael's. It is just a spray. It's actually a whole bouquet of it. And this is just their fall colors. And I seen these recently. This was from last year that I had. But I did see that they had these recently. So these are back in stock because fall stuff's already out. And I'm just going to do a spray for each. And it doesn't even matter what it is, where it is. I'm just going to grab it. And I'm just going to cut off 2 sprays. And I'm literally going to tuck it in here. And again, I'm going to staple. Again.
Okay.
So that it's in here, huh? Oh, that's my granddaughter. She's sitting off to the side.
I'm just looking because that's a bee at the bottom. So cute.
You like that?
This one is the better one ever.
You like this one? It's fall, huh?
Yeah, it's better.
Is it?
Yeah. Better. Better. That's loud.
It is, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to put these on here and I'll tuck them in. So tuck them down in.
Hi.
Pull some leaves up.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Okay. And then we're going to add a bow. And this is also from
Ribbons.
Michaels. It is their linen bow.
No,
Ribbon.
No, ribbon. Ribbon.
And if you don't know how to make a bow, they do have them bow makers in that, and you could do that. I do use them sometimes, especially if I'm doing like multiple bow colors. I'm only going to do this color, so I'm going to hand make this bow. That was one thing I'd learned years ago, was how to make a bow. All right, so I do use a whole roll, and it is, I think, 9 feet. Yes, 3 yards. Okay.
Who's calling me?
So I just take it all off. And I'm going to start making my bow. Now, if you have like this is not the same on both sides. I do want my white to show. So when I'm doing the bow, I got to take that into consideration for my bow. That it all needs to go to, I need to do that to the front, okay? So let me just start getting this bow together. And really, to make these rounds, they're so quick. They do go quick, especially if you're doing, like I said, like a production line. They go so quick. And that's why when I do them, I like to make several at a time. Just because if I'm doing one that says Hello Pumpkin, I'm going to make 2 of them. And that's especially if I'm going to a craft show. I like to have not just one, but... All right, so let's get this bow tied up.
Hey, you took all the ribbons off.
I did. Grandma used all the ribbon.
Hey. Well, that's going to be more cuter. How did you make a bow? How did you do that? Don't say
I
magic.
just made a bow.
Don't say
Hello from Tucson. Hello. All right, so let me tighten this bow up. And you can use zip ties. I'm using floral wire. I have used zip ties, but I couldn't find them for the center of your bow, because then it tightens up really nice. Ouch. Tightens up really nicely.
What did you do?
Poked myself.
Hey.
Which now I think I'm bleeding.
I want to see. I want to see.
All right, poke myself with the wire.
You know.
Just don't want to bleed on my bow here. Okay.
I can't see it in the blood.
And sometimes that's why you should use
Scissors.
or
Staples.
no, the
Oh, you got bleed in there?
nope, it's done. It was just a little poke. All right, so just fluff your bow up, get it done, get it ready. This is a sharp.
Day.
I don't know what I got sticking up in here, but geez. Okay. Oh, it's down
This
here.
is sticking
Oh,
out.
There it is.
Your bed is sticking out. You want this sticking out? Put it in. It's sticking out.
Okay, so I'm just going to fluff up my bow and then I'm going to cut my tails. What would I sell this for? I sell these for $65.
I want to see your bleed in there.
And then I'm just going to cut my tails.
We'll cut your tails in here, right there. Don't cut it on me. You better not cut it on me. Sir, you're not coming on me. Good day. Good thing you didn't cut it on me.
And then I'm going to attach it again with a staple gun. And then once I do that, I'll kind of get the rest of the bow fluffed up.
Grandma, I want to see the blood.
Hey, it's all gone, Grandma. It only bled for a second. I just had a little poke.
I want to see your boob. I don't want to. You
Okay.
went too fast.
So I'm going to put the bow up here.
Blind.
Drop something. Nope.
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 Nope. Wait, you have 3 tapes? I want one to make a road.
And now I'm going to staple my bow in. All right, so that it's nice and secure. And all of your staples, they're hidden, so don't be afraid to staple it, because if you're shipping this, or even if it's just going to a craft show, you want these to be secure. You don't want to be messing around with something that's not secured for you or your client, because you're going to want to have years of this, taking it and using it. It's going to be outside in the wind,
Beautiful.
in the rain,
And the thunder.
and you want it to be secure. In the thunder, my granddaughter said it's the thunder. So I'm just fluffing up the bow. And sometimes you'll have to trim the tails down a little bit more too, okay? But you won't know that until you get it adhered. And that's it. Just fluff your bow and you are done. Oh, we got to put a topper on it. Okay, so I'm just going to, not a topper, a hanger. Let's see what I got here. I think my hanger, let me go see if I have it in the front room. Usually I'll use jute or twine or something. Okay, I buy this in, I want to say 12-foot rolls, 15-foot. I buy this at the Dollar Tree. And I like it because it's thick. It's a thick rope. And I just, as well, staple it to the back. So I can make 2 out of these. So let me cut this in half. I'm just going to find the middle or the center. And I'm literally going to staple it on the back. And a little trick when you do that, make a little loop and staple it, because if you don't, what happens is if you just staple it straight down, sometimes it'll pull up through, okay? But if you curve it, it won't. Here we are. Look at that. And you can mess with your bow. You can get it fluffed up a little bit here, a little bit there. Mess with it, make it pretty. Make it pretty. Here we go. We got our fall door hanger. And simple, easy. You can spray this if you want. I usually will, sometimes like if I'm done before I add my greenery, I'll go in and spray it with either a matte or like a varnish. You do not have to. I kind of like the flat look a little bit better when I'm doing rustic. You know, so there it is. Simple, easy. It really is quick to do. And if you have a Glowforge, or if you're considering one, maybe this was your yes to do it. I do have a link. I will post it again. It is in my announcements. It'll save you a couple $100. And I have the Glowforge. Sorry, I'm trying to reconnect again. I have the Glowforge Pro. So that's the one that I use. But, you know, it's not that the basic can do this just as well. I opted for the Pro because it has a pass-through door. So I like to do bigger things. But you could do the basic. There's the basic. I don't remember what the next one's called. And then the Pro. So there's like first, second, and third in the Glowforge. But I do have a link in my announcements. I will post it again with a few links here that you might need. I'm going to try to give some links to this. I know this was kind of like a two-part series because we cut out. But if you're thinking about ordering the Glowforge, here is your sign to order the Glowforge. Because I'm telling you, you will absolutely love, love, love cutting all of your own stuff out. All right. Does anybody have any questions? I know this was a little bit longer. This was about an hour and a half, but I did want to do it start to finish to show you how I do these. These are big sellers at the craft shows. And again, this would be sold for $65 because it is a nice thick color, thick design. And it's very lightweight. It is not heavy. And so that's what I sell them for. I'm going to show you a few of the other ones that I have done too. Let me grab those. I have At the Lake. I know these are all backwards to you. I wish we would be able to do, let me see if I can get this. If I change this around. Let me see if I change this around.
Grandma, I was going to sit here.
I'm going to take you out here and show you the ones that I have because I am doing a craft show next month. Okay, so we have At the Lake. Look how pretty these are. And this was all cut on my Glowforge.
Grandma.
Okay, hold on, honey.
Off.
All right. We have, which is my favorite, Go Away. And that's in a teal color. We have Hello, and that's the one that I had showed you in the original. I have God Bless America. And this one, when I did it, I felt that the floral, remember I was telling you about the floral, you could put it anywhere. I kind of put it off to the side because I felt that it fit it best the way that I had the design on there. So when you're doing those, just, you know, figure out your floral doesn't always have to go across the top. As you can see, it can also go sideways. You could have it even on the bottom and do your wording across the top. Whatever you're doing though, make it your own, okay? All right, let me see, do we have... So that's it, folks. Easy. This is going to the craft show with me as well. All right, and if you have any problems making bows, get yourself a bow maker, and they sell them at Michael's. It makes doing bows, and when I do a lot of different colors, or it really makes a big difference for that. Sometimes I'll even do like a few picks in them for Christmas when I'm doing Christmas bows. That bow maker is fantastic. So I wish I would have had it here because I would have showed you how to do. Maybe I'll do a tutorial live on that one day because it's so easy to make bows in the bow maker. But that's it. Here we are. I will take a picture of it. I will post some links. I'll post the link to the Glowforge, and I will see you next week. I'm probably gonna do, I'm not sure if I'm ready to switch yet over to Monday. I'm thinking I might do that. What's the date? I was thinking August, so that's probably next Monday. I might switch that over. Just be watching for the announcements. I might go to Mondays and try Monday mornings, doing a live at 10 a.m. on Mondays. I know I used to do them here and there, and Monday seemed to be a better day for people. I don't know if it was just getting their work week started, and whatever, we're gonna try it. So just be watching for the announcement. I'll make sure I announce that for you. All right, if anybody has any questions, they can contact me via Messenger or in my Etsy shop, okay? But I am going to take an early lunch. I'm gonna get my granddaughter, she's been so good. I'm gonna get her, and I'm gonna take her swimming, and then I'll be back in the shop in about an hour and a half, and then I'll be back to work. So, but I am gonna take a little lunch break with her and go ahead and let her get in the pool. All right, so everybody have a great day. I love you all, and be blessed. Oh, one last thing, sorry, I meant to tell you. I am going to put the, if you don't have a Glowforge, I am going to be selling wording, and wording that I'll ship to you, and I'm also going to sell these kits. Okay, so this is one of the kits that I'm gonna have available. So I will announce that. I'm gonna try to get them all posted tonight. I tried to last night before this, and my granddaughter ended up coming and staying over. So she stayed overnight, and I didn't have a chance to get to it. But I am gonna sell these as well in kits, okay? And so if you're interested in that and you don't have a Glowforge and you would just like everything pre-packaged, all you gotta do is the board will come blank, and the green and everything will be in there, the ribbon, everything. It'll all be in there as a kit, and you are basically just gonna follow along like we did here, and you're gonna make it your own, okay? So I will do that. I'm gonna get those posted as well. I'll let you know here in the Facebook group. All right, I love you all, and be blessed.